Just thinking, it's a little while since we've done one of my tours, walks around the shop and showing you all the wonderful bargains. I was going to start off with a shot of our Christmas lights in the window from outside, but the camera's quite picking that up. But not with an underwater camera, I didn't fancy going outside to do any filming. So that's the Christmas lights from indoors. Okay folks, so a quick walk around the shop. Got my usual bargain rack of odds and ends here. It's next to tripods, my most basic 2-rod tripod at 16 quid, up to the massive 7-foot twin rod mattress at 42. Selection of accessories for your pods and bank sticks. Boilie grinders, it's a £5. I've actually got one from a very well-known cart brand, which is about 15 quid. These NGT ones actually work better. Selection of stainless steel bank sticks from around about a £5, and 3-rod buzz bars, between £5 for the fixed ones, £7.50 for the telescopic wide ones. Very solid, heavy quality buzz bars. And net handles and bank sticks of all descriptions. Rods. A few odds and ends, various one-offs. Mitchell Riptide 14 footers, they're 85 quid. The Blackrock Renaissance 14 foot, absolutely fabulous rod, 100 quid, brilliant rod, compares with rods at 200 quid and more. Slightly lower price version, the Sea Speed, again brilliant rod, 85 quid. There's a brand new with the tags Colmic twin tip there, complete bag, both tips, brand new, 85. A Blackrock Competition there, and that's a slight second, or there's nothing that affects the use or appearance of the rod. Difficult for you to tell what's wrong with it. They're normally well north of £200, 150 quid. Couple of other odds and ends there. Move on to our lure rods and spinning rods, starting the most budget one from about 20 quid up to the nice pen ones at about 75. Move round here, still got a few ugly sticks in at sub £50 before the prices shoot up for this season, and general selection of boat rods. Few agilities now, these were discontinued about 3 years ago, so cracking prices on these as in older stock. Then we go to our selection of beach rods, starting from 20 quid or 29 with a reel, and some really nice Shakespeare Salt ones around the 50 quid mark in 12, 13 and 14 foot, plus the usual few odds and ends. It's absolutely pouring down out there. The luggage wall, Matt Hayes Super Adventure bag there, absolutely huge. Our most popular insulated hold all, still 20 quid. Our general selection, another huge bag there at 28 quid. And the rest of our various rod hold alls and skins. Cabinet reels. Now these are pretty well, in fact almost all brand new reels, not refurbished, not seconds, not used, just really good prices. The Penrath range is due to go up a little bit in price with this year's, as they've rationalised it to make all sizes exactly the same price. So you'll be paying much the same for the larger ones, but the smaller ones will be going up when I sell my current stock. Serious bargains. There's Pen Spin Fisher, that's brand new in the box, and a Pen Rival, again brand new in the box. Good selection of small spinning reels there from about 30 quid, and the usual few odds and ends on the top shelf of the cabinet. Now this top shelf here are all second hand, refurbished, serviced or such reels, apart from that Abu Revo Beast, which is absolutely brand new in the box with a warranty, and the Akuma Cortez. This next shelf are all used refurbished reels. Couple of Abu Sports rockets there. This shelf are all brand new reels. Always check for the amazing price deals we do on these. And the bottom shelf, these are all second hand refurbished reels, mostly with braid on, ready to go. Large boat reels. We then go down to our selection of bait feeder, carp feeders, free spools. Bear in mind, we all know that bait runner is a trademark of Shimano, and they're very touchy about people calling stuff bait runners that aren't actually Shimano. Perhaps if they concentrate a bit more on customer service and a bit less on being worried about what people call reels, they might do a lot better as a business. Cheapest carp feeder reel there is 15 quid with line and a spur spool, and the usual few Shimano bait runners used refurbished reels. Selection of ready tied rigs, even mackerel feathers, although we're still selling a few at the moment, but good news for you guys, precious few mackerel about anywhere around these waters. Squid jigs, still catching squid when the weather's nice. Soft lures, various suppliers. Particular deal on the Kenichi ones, which are £3.50, you get a body and a spare body. Portland eels have proved very popular this year. We now have our feeder kits with the moulds, float rigs pre-tied, a few bits of pole stuff. And a low selection of ground baits by Mainline, I said Mainline, I meant Bait Tech. Or our grab bags, which are £1.60, contain about half a kilo of ground bait, perfect for a short session. Very well stuck bait fridge, mackerel, squid, pike baits, smelt. Fabulous little Joey mackerel here, brilliant pike bait these. Now I've got small hands, so you can see how small these are. Get 5 in a pack, 4 quid. Black lugworm, sand eels, dirty cuttle, box squid, just about anything you could really want. Ever popular selection of lures and spinners. Most of these are between 2 quid and 3 quid. The odd very heavy one is like 4 quid. My thinking with spinners, they're all cheap enough that you're not going to be crying too much if you snag up and lose them. When I see lures at 15 and 20 quid, I cast one of those out, lose it first cast, it's going to ruin my entire day, or entire month probably. We have our grab bags of boilies as usual. That's a couple 100 grams of boilies, good for several sessions. Again, £1.60 a bag, all affordable. Our especially cheap floats, split shot, load of handmade vintage floats there. Huge selection of pellets, our normal own brand ones in kilos, 2.5 kilos and 5 kilos in reusable buckets. Marine halibut pellets, all your pre-tied deadbait traces, steel wires for your pike spinners. Top water frogs, and these are great anywhere where there's a lake with pike and you've got lily pads and that sort of things where you're going to find frogs and toads. Again at £4.50, they're affordable. They're weedless, so you shouldn't snag up, but if you do, it's not too big a loss. Our ever popular packet floats, mostly 2 in a packet. Specialist lure boxes, various bits boxes and tackle bits. Here's a thought, Berkeley Flex Mono. Now these are full 300 metre spools, they're £4. I've seen shops offering these at £9 a go. It's ridiculous. Mixture there of new and second-hand cart rods, float rods, feeder rods, barbel rods. Just adding some very nice stalking rods. PVA selection. Now I've tested this PVA from NGT and compared it to 2 or 3 top known carpy brands. And unlike some of the cheap rubbish you buy off the internet, which ends up taking forever to melt and looks like mushroom soup on the bottom, this melts exactly the same time and speed and lack of residue as any of the expensive brands. Sea fishing hooks and accessories, own brand ones. I'm quite happy to use these own brand hooks, nothing wrong with them. Just a very cheap. Whole load of clips, links, beads, booms, leads, virtually any description. Having said that, if there's anything particular you want in the form of a lead shape that we don't keep in stock, we can usually get it in for you within a couple of weeks. My lead bloke has the biggest selection of moulds you've ever seen. Flavoured sweet corn, flavourings for your ground baits. We have our own range of glugs. Now these are highly concentrated. The Evolution glug range, this is for glugging, soaking boilies or hook baits and whatnot, and it's not designed to put a huge dose of it in with your ground bait. Ever popular selection of leads. We start getting some carp leads in where we're doing them at 3 for £2.50. Not a great selection at the moment, although I'm working on that for the next couple of weeks. But we do have a selection of all shapes and sizes of leads there at our normal prices. Tool sets. That's particularly good. You've got 2 or 3 needles, scissors, knot puller, the lot, for about the price one of the major big carp tax brands charges for the knot puller, which I've never really seen a lot of use for myself. Individual needles, hooks and drills. Selection of fillet knives. Sidewinder green ones are brilliant. Little cheapy ones, Berkeley ones. The fabulous Snowby Prestige. These are pack of wood handles, full tang blades, 26 quid, lasts you forever, brilliant knife. Section of hooks. Hard lures by Berkeley and Abu. And the latest offering here in top water lures from DAM is a various selection of poppers. £4, cheap enough that you don't worry too much if you snag up. Shop leader selection and a huge selection of line. Particularly recommend the SeaTech Pitch Black. For those of you who remember the Akuma F1 lines, copolymer lines, so it's low friction, low memory, very similar product, awful lot cheaper product. Also have a good selection of Berkeley Whiplash and Spider Wire. Still some bargains to be had on the Berkeley Whiplash. They started changing the packaging, so some of the older packaging is sold off at quite a bargain price, so we'll pass that on to you guys, and there's still a few there, crazy prices on it. And some of the cheap Rovix braid. And there you have it. A Merry Christmas to one and all.